Hello, conference report. Yes, of course, you're trying to use terms so that it's apparent that there isn't a real choice, but you have to describe the appearance of a choice. It's like the sun appears to move in the sky, and you can say, no, it doesn't, but because you say it doesn't appear to move. Well, I can say, hey, but it looks like there's some motion, and lo and behold, the earth is moving. So the idea that the sun apparently moving means something is moving, that would still hold true. So what my point is that that's not like feelings of will, what you're talking about with the billiard ball. So again, let's say I'm a billiard ball and I'm rolling down a bumpy hill. I'm going to bounce randomly. Every time it gets rolled, it'll be a little different. It'll have this random look that'll be similar, but it'll be in detail different, right? Well, that randomness could be interpreted as a choice, right? Random and choice, they're related. Like a choice for one thing can be random for something else, right? And for example, choose a number. You asked me to choose a number between 1 and 10. I choose a number. It's a choice. To you, it could still be random, depending on what you know about my selection, you know, process or whatever. So it's a candidate, but we don't know if it's choice. But let's put ourselves in the position of that ball, um, because if I was a human being going down that hill and I was bouncing around, those bounces that I did would not feel like my will. Yeah, they could look, it's deciding to jump, somebody watching it. But from that position, I would not feel that way, right? So you haven't said where the pool ball could conceptually, like if a person was in its place, or however you want to apply your metaphor, how it could seem like will. You describe something mechanistic that would feel mechanistic if we think about ourselves in that situation. And that's why I made the distinction between two kinds of feedback loops. One, which is just getting information, and one which is modifying behaviors to change the information received. Making predictions just to see if they're right or wrong, that's one thing. Making predictions to act on them, that's the one that's will. And granted, you're trying to say, and you're pointing out you don't really believe there is a choice and a will, but there is this appearance of choice. That's what has to be explained. Okay, that is the retrograde motion. And you have to explain how the sun isn't moving, but here's why it appears to move. And nothing in the pool ball example says why it would appear to move. You put more metaphor about if we can imagine that that's us, we could see there is no freedom. But you haven't said why would we think there was freedom, and that's really what has to be explained, in my opinion. Cheers.